Do, do, do. All right. Yeah, YouTube. YouTube being dumb. Let's see here. We should be live. Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's see if this works. Cha-cha-cha. Are we working? We should be good now. Are we working? I see it in Restream. Are we working? We'll never know. Is it working? Yay, new software, trying to figure out how it all works. My apologies, everybody. We should be live now. It looks like we're live. I can see that we're live. Okay, you can hear me and see me. Let's hope to God this. I'm gonna turn off auto stop on here. We should be good. All right. Well, somebody ping me if we're not. So the Restream service, I think the issue is I'm using Streamlabs OBS. We're gonna fix that tonight. So once this stream is over, I'm gonna get rid of Streamlabs OBS, recreate all my scenes. But tonight we're gonna be going over the Ender 3 S1. It's the next printer I'm working on. We should be, like I said, we should be going out to. Man, this is gonna be a lot of stuff being posted. Hopefully Zapier isn't super quick about posting video links. I apologize, I did not send this one out to the YouTube's notification email because I was trying to get all this stuff done. It doesn't look like it did. So anyways, shouldn't get the notification. Yeah, I mean, I could literally set one up right now to send out, but we're just going to roll with it. There's always the replay. But we should have on the Restream chat, so if you guys are chatting on Twitter, Twitch, or not Twitter, so it supports Discord, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So I get all the messages, and I'll show you guys here my software. You can see here, so this is how it looks on my end. It's actually really nice, and if I pull up Discord here, it actually integrates with the Livestreams channel. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at that. So, and if I type here, test, shows up in there, and I think it's also going to cross-post it over to like YouTube and Twitch and everything. I assume so. I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit of delay, but this is nice. So the Restream bot here. Yeah, there we go. So see, Discord, House of Bugs, test. That's awesome. So I think Restream is going to be the play here, and also now if somebody says something in the Discord server, I can see it here. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm gonna check. Let me see how it looks on Twitter's end. I don't think it posts anything comment-wise because I don't think you can chat on a Twitter live stream. You cannot. Yeah, I don't see a way to chat here. Twitter is not happy apparently with my ad blocker. It is working though, so there's that. Man, Twitter's quality is like, I don't know, 10 bits. not 1080p, sorry, 720. I can't talk. There's like too much going on right now, and my brain's going. All right, so this is the official start of the stream. Yeah, hopefully Telegram will get their live stream sorted out, but I think this restream system is gonna be good. I don't know what we're paying for Streamlabs OBS, but I'm going to cancel. I'm gonna cancel our premium subscription and just use good old OBS. So, and look at Derek. I appreciate it, Derek. I just bought like $120 worth of moss, so it's appreciated. So anyways, brand new in box, just as we always do. Let's see, look at that. My camera's already ready to go. That's a first. Let's just jump right into this. So this is yet another Ender 3. Just making sure my autofocus works. Let's see. Krista, I told you earlier we could do a hangout stream tonight when you get back. I mean, hell, we could both, you could stream from your computer and I can stream from mine, so we don't get echo. But well, hopefully this will pick me up. I usually use my wireless mic for these, but there's no time for that. We're just gonna roll with it. All right, so let's get right into this. So this is like one of the newer editions. It's yet another Ender 3. How many of you guys that are watching are tired of Creality reusing the goddamn model numbers on their printers? Like, it's so confusing as a consumer. Like, it frustrates me. It frustrates me a lot because it's very confusing to have everything labeled the Ender 3 or the Ender 5 or the Ender 5 Plus or the CR10 or the CR10 V2 or the CR10 V3 or the CR10 Mini or the CR10S or the CR10 S4 or the CR10 S5 or the CR10S Pro or the CR10 Max or the CR10 Smart. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, pick new model numbers. Like, I'm tired of it. It's it's stupid. So there's my little rant. I'm sure there'll be more as we dig into this and find out what other janky stuff they did. All right. Oh no, my ball mount is not cooperating. Okay. How many of you guys have a billion of these laying around? Because I do. Worm tip. Okay. The hell is a worm tip? Do they, like, is Google Translate this bad? Like, I don't even know. Anyways, it's just saying retraction speed 35 to 45 millimeters a second is recommended. Direct retraction distance for rigid materials, PLA 0.8. Retraction for soft materials, 2 millimeters. That's usually the opposite of what you want, but okay. So let's go through the package. So we got a scraper, we got some Creality stickers, we got, we'll dump this out. This is like all the hardware it looks like. And oh, come on guys, this is a $400 plus printer, and this is the shit you give me. You know what I think about it? Woo! Literally going in the trash. Come on, at least include like a 250 gram spool like you did with the CR10s. Little power cable. We are going to test this. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I did a printer stream on here. What's worse, Creality instructions or the birdcage instructions? Dear God, we built a birdcage last night, and it was the worst instructions I've ever dealt with. It doesn't even cover what screws go where, and it leaves all of them out. Like, 90% of the screws were not even documented. Like, I didn't think directions could get worse than, like, a TiVo manual, but they somehow topped it. Yeah, Remo looks like I can't eat this. All right, so we got a... I mean, that's one way to do a filament sensor. I do prefer something that's not hard-mounted, but this will be interesting to see how well this works. I prefer my filament sensors, honestly, to just be free-floating. So... yeah, I don't know why it's $400, but you guys, you guys kept telling me to get the S1. So I spent 430 hard-earned American dollars on this, okay? And, oh man. Well, now I have a CR Touch to see how terrible this is. Oh no. It's very, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but like, I feel like this is gonna rattle. Okay, so we've got a ribbon cable connector for the hot end, which I'm not a fan of. I hate when printer manufacturers do this, because this is not very consumer friendly in terms of being able to repair it. This is a nice little package. The gears, they feel okay. Actually, hang on. It feels a little crunchy. Like, if it honestly feels crunchy. Let me see if I pull the lever, if it's smoother. Nope, it's still kind of crunchy. Well, we're going to see how it is. It's like hanging up right here. Like, you can feel it. Honestly, if this thing sucks, I'm going to return it. We got a CR or a Ender 3v2 style LCD, which I'm okay with these. I have heard that these are different chips than the Ender 3v2 original LCDs. So I'll have to see if that's the case. We got a spool holder. On the meat and the potatoes. All right. So the gantry all disconnects here. So that's interesting. They lube the shit out of these, so that's good. I do like this. Okay, I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of this. Okay, we got 2 Z motors and they're linked with a belt up here. I like this because this prevents gantry sag. Okay, this is nice. Okay, so we have a glass plate, which this is probably just gonna get tossed. We got a floppy. Is it a floppy? Oh, it's actually, look at, they gave you an actual steel plate. Wow, that totally justifies this being $200 more than Ender 3 Pro. That was sarcasm. But I mean, hey, for the price, like, my expectations are pretty high because of the price of this unit, okay? And I believe that's it. Hang on. All right. So I see we got our LCD cable here. We've got the ribbon cable for the hot end. The Wanhao D6 use stuff like this. These are a point of failure because these are not rated for motion. Like, Creality, Big Tree Tech, stop using plugs that are not rated to go like this all the time, okay? What is this? We have plugs. Why is this even needed? We have plugs here? Like, or caps here on the plugs? Who cares? This is unnecessary. It's just gonna get thrown away. They'll cut costs everywhere, but then they'll do stupid stuff like that. Like, what was that, 10 extra cents that they could have saved? You know, but like, you got companies that'll, you know, use crappy voltage regulators to save like 3 cents, but then they're going to spend like 10 cents on a silicone, like, you're going to have plugs in this. These don't need dust covers. These kind of plugs can have tons and tons of dust in them, and they're going to work because they're just big and beefy. It's not like a tiny little ribbon connector. I don't know why I'm in such an ornery mood tonight. But anyways, let's see what we got in here. Warranty, clearly useless. Thank God we have a 30-day Amazon return, but I think I'm past that. I think I bought this. I think I've had this for over a month. We'll see. Quick installation guide. These are very tiny. And look at yet another board design. Yet another board design. Instead of just using the same board and everything, we got to be difficult and make it harder on consumers to find replacement parts by putting a new board design in every other model, it seems. I'm looking here. This is, okay, I'm only 33, and, like, this is really small. Like, this is really small. So interface descriptions. It's telling you where everything's at, telling you what you should have. It looks like we have everything. And basically, I'm just going to run through this real quick. So it's telling me to clip on the extruder, place the nozzle assembly on the mounting back panel of the extruder, pre-lock with 4M 3x6 hexagon socket head screw cap, then tighten to fix. So looks like we're putting, like, this is super tiny. Luckily I have a good camera here. But, like, why is this so small? And then there's, like, a little clip here to hold the cable that goes by the lead screw. And then we're going to pop the top on, put 4 bolts in through the bottom, put the LCD on, put the filament spool holder up top, and just connect all the cables. So this should be a fairly quick build. This sucks. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I can figure this out because I built printers, but this sucks. Like, all right, well, but we got Creality stickers, so there's that. Thomas, I see he's there. When are you not in the mood? You're one to talk, old man. All right, accessories. We got a scraper. Okay. We got a little, I like these. These are like little acupuncture needles. I think there is what their original use was, but they're like 0.4 diameter. These are nice for clearing nozzle clogs. We actually sell, if you guys are looking for more of these, we actually sell a nozzle like cleaning kit that comes with tweezers and like 10 of these for like $4. Check them out. More blue snips, so I'll add them to my pile. We've got some Allen keys, a wrench, and a screwdriver. Remo, stop messing with stuff. Oh, wait, I forgot to move those tubes. He can't lay down on his bed. Are you sad because you can't go on your bed? Is that where you're messing with stuff? There you go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Good boy. Okay. Lay down. Be a good boy. Yeah. I knew he wasn't going to stay. All right. Back to it. So we got a, spare parts. No install by default. Okay, so there's like an end stop switch with a mount. I think this is a Z end stop switch. Are they anticipating that the CR Touch is not going to work? Because this looks like... I think they are. I think they are. I think they're expecting this isn't going to work because the CR Touch isn't going to work because look at... This is a Z-axis switch and a cable. Oh man, the jokes write themselves, don't they? Go lay down. The jokes write themselves. All right. We've got screws. We've got the M5x45s with the washers. These are for the uprights. We've got the M4x18s. I think these are for the screen. I'm going to double check the itty bitty tiny. Where's that little gif of like, what is it, Chow from Community? Just like with the little tiny piece of paper. Like, let me double check where those are going to go. I think that's for the screen. I could be wrong. Let's double check. M3x6. Okay, these are for the hot end. These are M4x18s Or for the screen. Okay, so I was correct. And then M5 by 12 with T-nuts. I'm assuming those are for the filament sensor. Are they for the filament sensor? Or not the filament sensor, the, why can't I talk? Is it for this? No. What are these for? M5 by 12. M5 by 12. They're not even listed on the parts listing, so I think they might have accidentally included them here because only these three are listed on the actual manual. These are not covered in there. So that's interesting. I don't know why they give you that unless they're planning on some sort of like future upgrade that's going to need them. They do mention here in very tiny lettering to flip the voltage switch on the power supply. Now, here's my thing. If you're sending out a printer, and this is to any manufacturer, if you're sending out a printer with a US plug, these are used in the US and Canada, just set the power switch before you throw it in the box to 110. I'm sure it would save a lot of headaches with your customers that don't read the manual, sending you messages saying the printer doesn't work or it shuts off when it heats. So I digress. Let's go ahead and get the extruder onto the carriage. Okay, so you can see here, here's the carriage. We're going to put the extruder on, and it says it uses those 4, so it looks like we're going in on this side here. Okay. And yeah, the screws line up all right. One of them is off, but we're going to make it work. Let's do it. We're gonna suffer through their tools. I'm not gonna use my nice Bond Hus or my TH3D set. We're gonna suffer. Or is assembling a creality enough suffering for one day? Now, I'm not going to tighten down all 4 of these right now because there's like some slop and I want to make sure that they all go in before I tighten them down. Oh yeah, we have a Tic Tac. We're on the Tic Tacs now, guys. Guys and girl, for like the 1 or 2 girls that are watching. I know our demographics. Our demographics are like 0.3% female. It's quite the sausage fest here. So who knows? I don't think anybody is really chatting on any other platform. I see YouTube's, but we're gonna go ahead and keep doing stuff on all the platforms because the more coverage, the better. All right, so we put these 4 screws in, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's weird that they have this one here. It's probably not needed, but I mean, I guess it's going into the motor. It looks like they just literally tapped holes into a regular stepper motor. All right, so the next thing would be to put the gantry onto the printer, which is this. We need these. All right. Having a hard time getting it in the holder. Oh man. There we go. Oh yeah, give her it, bud. It's going in the hole. Now, I do not know if this has a mean well in it or not, but honestly, for the price, it better. Like this is $420. So my expectations are kind of high with this machine because this is what I would call a premium price tag. It's an Ender 3 for $430 is what I paid for it. I think that's the normal price. I didn't see any sale tags on it or anything. I'm honestly hoping this doesn't suck because I'm probably going to put this down in my basement office as like my little fun machine. But we'll find out. Otherwise, my Ender 6 is going to go down there. And after this stream is over, I got to go to my neighbor's house because one of the carriers delivered a package to their house. Again, to the wrong thing. This has been an ongoing thing, despite me yelling and complaining. It's typically FedEx. It could be DHL, but usually it's FedEx because they're incompetent. Dear God, I had to shove that in there. They had to train somebody to install crimped ends. We'll find out. If they have crimped ends on here and not tinned ends, I'm gonna be very surprised. Hey though, QC passed, okay? Quick check passed. That's what QC means on the Chinese printers is quick check. So, you know, do you think they actually do that after a QC is passed, or it's just like putting a bolt in the printer? It's just something that goes on it. You ever think about that? Like, is it going on after it's actually been QC'd, or is it just going on because it's on the list of things that should be on the printer before it ships? I mean, I feel like the guy at the Creality factory putting the QC sticker on there probably feels as useless as the guy at the BMW factory who tests the turn signals. Tim did promise to take a shot when the wires are tinned, and that just proves you've been around here watching my channel for too long. Because that was a while ago. Probably over a year at this point. Okay, so now we're going to put the screen on. Whoop. Say, I got to do all my own camera work. I don't got fancy people doing camera work for me like all those other fancy YouTubers. You know, like, what's his name? Joel Telling. He's got a bigger budget than I do. All right. So we need 3 of these. I so want to go grab my Bondhus like screwdriver set that is for the what's the words? Words are hard tonight, apparently. What is the word I'm looking for? Oh, now that I realize that the maw I had on the stream earlier is probably wearing off, so has 2 BMWs. What are those turn signal things? You know the funny thing is, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not using these things. Oh, you guys want to treat yourself for like, I think they're like 40 bucks. Bondhus. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Do you guys see what I did here? This is supposed to go down 1 notch. Because there's an alignment tab on there. They're crimped with ferrules. Okay. Well, I'll tell you guys what. If they're actually not tinned, I will go downstairs and I will get my strongest whiskey and I will take a shot of it. And that would be my Jack Daniel's single barrel. It's like 132 proof. I will take a shot on it. Actually, I don't know if you guys are trolling me because you guys have seen somebody build one of these. Because I was about to get ballsy and be like, I'll tell you what, I'll take 2 shots. But you know what? I'm thinking that they might have actually done things correctly on this. Oh my lord, come on. There we go. All right, this is a really quick build. This was like a clutch stream to do because I was like, I don't know. Oh, hey, look at. There's a sticker on here. Before applying power, please check the input voltage required to avoid damage to the machine. To avoid damage to the machine. Okay, I inserted the English there, not them. All right, so we're gonna plug the LCD cable in. I'm gonna put that on the doohickey. That's the technical term. It's the doohickey. There's not much engagement on the clips there. All right. Now we're going to put the filament sensor on with the spool holder. So I'll put that in this side. And dear God, I don't know how I feel about this sensor. At least it has one. Filament sensors are like a must-have. Like I do not use printers without filament sensors. Oh, that's nice. I like how that clicks in. That's very satisfying. Except I think this is supposed to go on the other way. Yes, that would make more sense. Wait. It's got a feed from the front. Except they're showing to feed it from the back. Okay, well, I did have it right according to them. We'll do it live. All right. Well, there's the sensor. We clipped the cable in. I did not show it. This cable goes in here. So that can go like that. So I guess they want you to feed it over into there. Where is the switch on this thing for the power? Oh, it's right here. They have another sticker right here. Oh, you can't see it. See right here? There we go. And it's set to 230. Okay, so we're going to take my little thing here. And there we go, 115. All right. Let's go ahead and hook the motors up. Okay, this one goes right here. It says Z. And there's a cable taped here. I'm assuming this is the filament detector. Yes, it is. I do see here it says expansion interface, PWM, and then plus and minus 24. I'm assuming, if they aren't already, they're probably going to sell some like stupid laser head for this. Well, the Ender 6 is like, I don't know, like $500-600, and that does not have ferrules on it. But I do like the Ender 6. I think the Ender 6 is probably one of my more favorite machines. When I stop procrastinating, I will do a stream where I'm going to work on my Ender 3 Pro that has been down for a bit just because it's been run into the ground over the last 2.5 years. It's been to shows with us. It's been used heavily. It needs some maintenance. And I might play with Clipper on it. It's got an Easy Board V 1.2 in it. I might. But all right. Connect the other Z motor here. And this was the clip thing that it says to put up here on the gantry. This goes like this. What the hell? What? Dang it, Bobby. So, I mean, this is interesting. I think, looking at this, I'll verify, but I think this will work with our anti-backlash nuts. It looks like it will. All right, so it said to clip this on here. Wait. I'm very confused. Which direction does that go? Okay, this is the right direction. Is that it? I was expecting it to like snap on, but Apparently not. This does move pretty smooth. This bot knows it all. I see you guys chatting in Discord. Yeah, I think I don't know why I haven't tried Restream out. Get the of the black positioning label on the flat flexible cable stuck at the line claw. That's terrible. But I'm assuming that means that goes in here. See? That looks like this. There we go. I get the black positioning label. And it looks like we got an end stop switch connection here and a motor wire for the X. All right, and then where the hell is the end stop switch? Oh, it's all the way down here. Okay. All right, there's that. I think that should do it, aside from plugging the cable into the hot end. All right. I'm still just like internally chuckling. They give you a Z end stop and a cable because they just know that there's going to be issues with the CR Touch. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the hot end cable in. They did give it some strain relief. Oh, I'm assuming we put that in here, lock it down, and then like flip it under. All right. I would have liked to see like a locking connector, like have like a little lever that goes over this instead of just these little whatchamacallits. Did they give me zip ties? They did not give me zip ties. Because I'm probably gonna throw a zip tie around this just so this doesn't pop out. And because I'm a nerd, I literally have a giant bag of zip ties sitting next to me. Yeah, this connector looks pretty how you doing. So, but we're just gonna do that. Keep that on there. There's no like access, so I can't stick it on there. All right. Well, I feel like I got off pretty easy. That's what she said. So we're gonna go ahead and test the continuity on the power cable first, and then we're gonna fire this bad boy up. All right. See how easy that pops off? Okay. All right. Oh, come on. Camera, position. I can't get the whole printer in the frame, and I think I'm zoomed out all the way. Yes, I am. All right. At least it's not HDMI. You're not wrong. We have 80 people watching. Wow, that's good for a stream that started out absolutely terrible. Let me see how many people we have watching on the other platforms. Restream's actually not bad. I think they used to be more expensive, but I think we're at like I think we're at like 19 bucks a month right now. It used to be more than that. So we got 3 people watching on Twitch, 0 people watching on Facebook, and it doesn't tell me how many people are watching on Twitter. All right. Let's see. So earth ground. Yeah, that's actually connected. Okay, let's do the neutral line. All right. Let's test the grounding to the chassis. I see screws here that look like power supply screws. Let's see. Let's see if it's grounded correctly. I'm going to touch the ground plug here, and I'm going to go on the chassis. Oh! Get through the coating. So the chassis is grounded. They have been learning, though. If we watch the last couple of streams, you will see that they've been overkilling on grounding. So, which I'm never going to complain about that. All right. That was very clunky. Okay, so we have an auto bed leveling probe on here, but we still have manual springs. I guess that's good because if this shits the bed. The question is, where would the ZN stop switch go in terms of wiring it to the printer? Because this is literally what this is a ZN stop switch with a Z cable. Let's see what they recommend. What brand use HDMI? Yeah, Big Tree Tech, and they also use USB-C. Here's another thing. So this board uses USB-C to connect, which that's fine. They don't give you a cable. $420 printer, and there's no USB-C cable included. Come on. What if you have somebody that's an iPhone fanboy and they only have lightning cables? Z-stop is for the laser head. Okay. Did I not say earlier that I thought that they might be putting on, because of that PWM port, that they might have a laser add-on? I'm not a fan of those. But you do you. So what do they tell us? So they said, oh, please use CR Touch auto leveling first. If CR Touch is damaged, please install Z-axis limit switch and level the bed. How the hell would you install the Z limit switch on here? And where would it connect? Okay, call me stupid, but I don't see where the Z limit switch would connect. Unless it would go on the PWM port, which wouldn't make sense either. Yeah, that's not, although you could plug this in, that's bad on them. Because if you plug this in to that 3-pin port, which it will fit in, you got 24 volts on these wires. And if you plug, so if I plug one end into that PWM port, which this fits into it, and I plug the other end into the switch and I press the switch, it's gonna fry the board. So from a customer experience and the stupid things I've seen people do, that's not a great choice. But where would you even hook up the Z limit switch? Port is behind the screen. Is it? Well, that makes hooking up an easy AVL easy then. It's behind the screen. I have a sticker on me. It's behind the screen. I don't see no port. Unless you'd probably have to open the box, open the control box, which we will after we run our first test print. You'd probably have to open it and connect it to the control board. The screen side. What? Wait. Sorry, screen side, not the screen itself. Tor, are you high right now? Where are you seeing the Z switch port? Am I blind? I wasn't looking on the screen. I was looking on the side here. I see no, yeah, I see no Z port. Where you took the dust cover off. No, I was just talking about how this is a terrible idea. Oh, man. This is not for the Z. Do you see here? So according to the pinout, we have PWM negative and positive 24 volts. So I'm assuming PWM is either a MOSFET output or it's an I/O pin. In either case, the cable is on the two outer pins, which would put it on positive 24 and PWM, which if that's an I/O pin and you press that switch or even just connect it, because actually if you just connect it, they're normally closed switches, you're sending 24 volts into that PWM port. And if it's an I/O pin, say goodbye to the processor. Let's just see. That's not a very good design, because I could see somebody going, oh, this is the only 3-pin port available. I want to hook this up. And they plug one end into here and the other end into the end stop switch, and bye-bye board. Let's see. There's 24 volts on that pin. And there's 0 volts on the other pin. So this is a ground? We'll figure out what it is once we open it up. Well, the live streams chat is literally only for the live streams. So I don't want to hear people complaining about the chat from the live video being in the proper channel. All right, let's get on with this. So it says, and I want to point this out, I'm not being facetious about them saying that the CR Touch is a piece of crap. It says right here. Here, let me zoom in on this tiny text. If CR Touch is damaged. Right there. Again, the question is, where would you even hook that up? I don't see a port on here. Somebody please tell me where that port would be. Because I'm not seeing anything in here for the Z-axis switch connection. All right, we'll revisit that. I'm assuming you have to remove the bottom plate, and that's where it's at. All right, so they say to go to level. So it's raising up. It's quiet, which it says it has trinamics in it, so I'd assume it'd be quiet. The port is under where you ousted the LCD. Is it behind the panel? Because I didn't see one. I'd have to go back. Very slow. Clunk. Okay, well, how are you guys doing? This is probably going to be a couple minutes. I should test it on the PWM port just to make sure. Ha 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 ha. Let's see. Let's see what my bot does when I post a command on all of the things. Oh my God. If this is an easy AVL, we'd be done by now. Holy crap. Is it doing 3 readings? 1, 2. Oh my God. Why are they doing 3 probe points? Is that the only way they're able to achieve like decent accuracy? Okay, so we got 1 probe point there, 2. I think they're doing a 4x4 and 3 probes per point. So 4 times 4 times 3. So this is going to take 48 probes. Holy shit. Wow. Let's see. Did my giveaway stream? Oh yeah, here, YouTube. Make sure to enter a monthly giveaway. Let's see what happens when I do the command. Okay, that's finally done. I stand corrected. Oh, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? It's pushing the nozzle into the bed already. Okay. And then it says we got to set our Z offset. All right, well, let's see if we have... Oh, our Z offset is negative 2.9. That's really high. I'm going to move the Z up. There's no filament on the nozzle. Okay, I'm going to home this one more time, and then we're going to set the Z offset. Watch it. Oh, it didn't go down and hit the bed yet. We're at 12.8 for some reason. Okay, let's go back to 0. And let's set our Z offset. So we are way too high. So maybe this might have live Z adjust, like baby stepping. We'll find out. So is that negative like 2.9? There we go. 2.34, 2.29. Let's see. I would assume you could use this to baby step. We'll find out. All right, so we got that, and it's going to tell you, so they're saying here, auxiliary leveling. When the inclination of the printing platform is larger than 2 millimeters, CR Touch leveling will fail. Please use auxiliary leveling. So it can't compensate for that much? All right. Their directions are so bad. All right, I'm going to preheat PLA. Do they have a store settings in here? Control. They do. Store configuration. And we're going to move this up, and I'm going to load filament in here. Oh my god. Why does this keep... I'm trying to... Do you guys see this? Oh wait, you can't. Look at this. Why is this doing this? Why is it 2022 and you guys still can't make firmware that works correctly? And just watch it not do it. So like, oh, now it stopped. So like, I was trying to tell this to move, so I clicked it. Click out of it. Look at, I pressed it to click out of it, and it's going back to it. That's buggy. Do they have a load filament option? Not that I use it, but for newbies, it is nice. So this is nice. They do have some settings in here. This is jerk. That's what corner is. I don't like that they're not using correct terminology, but this is still better than a touchscreen out of the box, so I'll give them that. All right, SD card. Let's see what's on the SD card. Shake hands, rabbit, handle, cat. Okay, you guys know how this works. Which one of these are we printing while I go and get some film? I'm going to go grab some coax, which I have sitting right here. What are we printing? Huh? Oh, no. Oh, no. Shake hands. I left this roll set out a little too long. It was a little brittle at the beginning. All right. Let's go ahead and put it in. So I have it loaded through the filament sensor. And we're going to go ahead and put this in. Oh, it's locked. Okay, well, it's going in. Let's flush that out. We are pooping plastic. It does look like they tested it. There's some brown. So apparently the test filament was brown. And we're going to shake hands. Okay, shake hands. And I am going to bump the print temp up because we are using coax, and coax likes hotter print temps, so I'm going to bump the temp up. Okay, the nozzle is heating. I'm assuming it should start soon. Okay, and this is their code, by the way, not mine. So we'll see. They should have a G29 in here. Is it going to be after at home Z? Okay, we're printing. Okay, no G29. We're at a decent height on the bed. Is there... Okay, so you can tune the Z offset on here. I'm assuming that would be baby stepping. That is one hell of a purge line. All right, let's see if I can tune the Z offset while I'm printing. Oh, it does have live Z adjust. Hell yeah. Because we are a little close. Okay, so I'm at like negative 2.09. See, I can't go back and store my settings. So, where's Nemo? Nemo. I thought you said Remo. Oh, please, like you said my name. Somebody say my name. We're gonna try to get all up in the business here, okay? I've put manual focus on. Can't really see much. It's not very newbie friendly because you aren't able to see much. What the hell did it just do? Did you guys see that travel it just did? Why is it so high all of a sudden? What is this doing? Is this printing a raft? I will say this whole printer is actually pretty quiet. I just realized that. It's actually pretty quiet. Like the fans are actually not insanely loud. Which I think is the first printer from Creality that I've actually said that about. I'm assuming this is a... No, the Z was fine. Look right here. Look right there. You see that? That was fine. I know how to set a Z offset. I almost want to slice up my own. Should I just slice up my own print? I'm going to slice up my own print while you guys watch that. Because I have no idea what this is, and I don't know what the hell they're doing with their code. Oh man, look how messed up my hair is. Here, I'll be a badass. Backwards dad cap. Alright, I'm just going to use my Ender 3 profile. And I'm going to drop the retraction because my retraction is, it's only 3 millimeters. Alright, let's see. Ender 3, S1. I'm going to make a new profile based on my Ender 3 one. And I think the build volume is the same on this as an Ender 3. I'm going to double check. They have another Ender 3 S1. I'm not even shitting you guys. Do you see this? There's another one. This just came out. There's literally another one. I'm not even trolling. It's $500. What? Did they add a light onto it? What makes this a pro? There's a light? Up to 300C printing. Is it literally that they added a light to it? Oh, it's a light and a touchscreen. Is that it? Literally, they're charging what, $80 more for a light and a touchscreen? You know, if they just took the time to to like make one printer work well. Okay, so it's got a handle, a light, a different flex plate, a touch screen. Is that it? That's what $80 more will get you? I did not watch this. Oh, look at this. Are they using proprietary threads on these now? I'm like internally screaming right now. Cozy environment with low level noise exposure. I doubt this, but okay. Does it come with the laser? I'm assuming it doesn't. This is the one we're looking at right now. Pattering of raindrops. Oh my god. No double protection, no fear of risk. Okay, it says it's got power loss. We're going to test that. It says, oh yeah, the filament sensor. We should test that. Okay, so yeah, laser engraving. So that's add-on. I did not look at this product page before I even did this. I just bought this on Amazon. I'm just looking to see. This is what I was coming here for. So it's 220 by 220 by 270. 150 millimeters a second. I mean, that's... I doubt it, but it's not outside of the realm of possibilities. So, I mean, this is printing. All right, let's test the filament run out. All right. I forgot I had autofocus turned off. Sorry. All right. We're gonna see what it does. I do not have the other filament in the sensor. It's right here. Oh, it's parking the head. Okay. What does it say on the screen? Filament has been used up. Please replace with 2 C's. They do have an option to bypass it, so I'm going to go ahead and reload the filament. Now, there's no option to, like, auto-load it like we have in our firmware. The X and Y is locked. The Z is locked. The hot end is just sitting here heated. So here's what I want to see. Do they have it? So a proper filament change procedure should cool the hot end down after like a minute, so it doesn't cook the filament in there, and the bed should remain heated. So we're gonna let this sit here for a sec, and I want to see if it cools down. If it cools down the hot end, because it should cool it down. Because the problem is, if you don't cool down the hot end, it will crystallize if you're just leaving filament sit there static for an extended period of time. So imagine if this ran out overnight and it was just sitting here heated, it's going to cause it to crystallize. Chiefin, what printer do I recommend? Right now, if you're looking for something this build volume, I really think the Ender 3 Pro is still hard to pass up. The Ender 3 V2 is also a decent machine too. But the Ender 3 Pro you can find some good deals on, and it has a Meanwell power supply in it. How long should we see until if it's got a timeout? Because like, if you guys have ever used our firmware for these for Creality printers, we have it set so it'll time out, and then it'll ask you to reheat. I found the Creality filament sensor to be a bit hit and miss. That could be either a firmware setting where it's not tuned correctly, or it could just be their sensor. They've had a history of having issues with it. That's probably why they have here no longer prompt, which I'm assuming would mean it's just going to ignore the filament sensor. I'm gonna assume it's just gonna keep the hot end heated, so that's not a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and put filament back in. Now on our firmware, they don't raise the Z up. So on our firmware, if the filament runs out, it raises the Z up 10, and it moves to the corner and it waits. And if you don't respond within, I think it's a minute, it will then go ahead and cool the hot end down, and then when you get back to the printer, it'll ask you to heat the hot end and load the filament. So we're going to test the power resume too. I'm not holding my breath, but we're going to go ahead and test all their features they advertise. So the filament change does work. It's not very intuitive, but it does work. So, all right. Oh no, I lost power. Whatever will I do? Oh no, my power's back on. Hopefully I didn't lose my print. Okay, it's asking me. It looks like the Let's file was interrupted. Shakehands.g code. Continue or cancel? I'm going to hit continue. So let's see what happens. It's heating the bed back up. I am going to put, like I said, the coax likes a hotter temp. So I'm going to put it up to 230 once it's done. Oh, it did remember the manual temp setting I had. Okay, so that's nice. I want to see how it resumes, if it's just going to start printing or if it's going to home XY or what it does. I'm assuming it's the same Marlin resume that they've been using. They developed it for the CR10S where it saves to the SD card, and I'm not a big fan, but they advertise it, so I'm going to test it. Oh, there's a blob. I was just getting the blob off the bed. We carry this. This is Coax Cobalt Blue. I'll go ahead and plug my stuff we sell. And yeah, it is a really nice filament. And we have it in stock right now. There we go. And it's made in the US. What is it doing? Oh dear God. It just lost steps. A lot of steps. Yeah, this is why these power resume features are fucking useless. You should never rely on them. Put your printer on a battery backup. Do you see? Look at it lost steps. Like literally these suckers. These will save your prints. Okay. Little battery backup. Well, not little. This is a 1500 VA. This is here because I replaced the batteries in it. And it was charging back up. Yeah, it's a useless feature. It's just something they can put on the marketing fluff, and they can technically say it has it, but you should never rely on it. Put your printer on a battery backup. That's what we have. Literally, I'm not even kidding you, I have 42 UPSs on the property here. All right, well, that's enough of that. We're gonna stop this, and I'm gonna slice my own file. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this mess off the bed. Yeah. What the hell was it? Whoa, whoa. That power resume feature did not work. Do you guys see this? It straight up smashed the nozzle into the bed. This is why I say don't use that feature. It's terrible. It literally, I didn't even notice it was doing it. No, that's not backlash. That's just, it's that code. Is this build plate seriously ruined on the first stream? Or the first go? Like, this stuff is stuck on here. Now, I think these are 235s, which we just got stock in. Let's find out. How big is this plate? 235 by 235. Okay, so this takes the same plate. Yeah, look at this. I'm going to have to try to scrape this off. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Holy shit. This plate is just absolutely fucked. Because they're software. You can't even get the skirt off this damn thing. Look at this. Crowdy, your software absolutely screwed up the build plate. Holy shit. And you can tell here, like, look how hard this goes on. This is at the correct height, and I can barely get it off. But right here, this is like stuck on here. Jesus Christ. Oh, I just got a sliver. So if this was if this was a regular person, like their software with the power resume did this. Like this, I was a tiny bit close, but this should not be this hard to get off the bed. Oh my God. Yeah, that's not gonna work. This is like embedded in here. Jesus Christ. This was not my fault. This chunk here was not my fault. This is their shitty software. Oh. That worked fairly well. Look how much this plate's warping pretty good. All right. This is just a cheap one I've had. I think it was like 30 bucks. Oh, I was about to say made in China, but it's made in Taiwan. It's probably why it's lasted me more than 2 years. Okay. Well, we know the power resume just yeets itself into the bed. All right, we're going to slice our own file now. This is a terrible out-of-the-box experience. Can you imagine somebody new getting this for their first printer and like having a power failure and then it driving the nozzle? What if so here's my curiosity. What if that print was like 10 millimeters up and it was thicker? Would it have driven the nozzle all the way down into the print and just wrecked everything? Because then you're talking a lot of physical damage to the printer itself. I'm calm because I don't give a crap. I literally sell these. I sell plates. I have a whole shop for them. We just got, if you guys are waiting on the 235s, we literally just got a whole shipment of 235 plates in. So it says the retraction distance. I'm taking the Ender 3 profile. It says it should be 0.8 millimeters. So I'm going to use their recommendation. And we're going to go ahead and slice up a Banshee. And then after this starts, I'm going to use the restroom. I have to use the little boys' room. All right, so here we go. This is the Ender 3 profile. I just modified it so we got 0.8 retraction. I'm using coax. I'm going to do 230 for the bed, cooling for 100. So they said 220 by 220 by 270. And I'm going to leave, so this has what we call our Easy ABL starting code in here. which if their firmware set up correctly, this also works with like BL Touches, which is their CR Touch is a knockoff of. So what that'll do is it'll do a G29 before it starts to print. So, all right, I'm going to save this to the SD card. And, well, I'm saving it to my G-code folder, and then I'm going to copy to the SD card. Send to USB drive F. All right, let's try this again. That's terrible. So literally, because they don't know how to properly test their software, it's just driving the stuff. And I didn't even notice it was doing it, probably because it's printing so slow. Alrighty. Why did UPS would I recommend? So they usually go by VA, which is volt amps. To give you guys an idea, we run 3 Ender 3 Pros on one 1500 VA, which usually those handle about 900 watts of power draw or more, depending on the brands. But I mean, for example, like you can get like a 550 or 650 VA for one Ender 3. I want to go smaller than that. I'm assuming this power draw is going to be about the same as an Ender 3 because this is basically this is a pig with a lot of lipstick, okay? A lot of lipstick. So we're gonna try it's preheating. I told it to heat the nozzle at the same time. So once it starts, I'll get a tight shot and I'm gonna step out for a sec so I can use the little boys' room and then I'll be back. And I'm gonna come back with alcohol. So ha. I do need some caffeine though. Go buy more. I wonder if I can have the bot, the Streamlabs chat bot, so I can still use it for streams on multi-streaming. I wonder if I can have it like recognize the command no matter where it's placed in the message. Oh. We had some schmoot. Why is this so slow? Is it seriously waiting this long? Herman Circus suggested the Z offset wasn't saved before the power outage. It was point two negative. What I sent to? No, it saved it actually. It's negative 2.09. When I set it initially, it was like negative 2.32, so it did save it. No, it's just their shitty software. This is just standard starting code. Like a G28, and then there's a G28Z followed by a G29. This printer, okay, it's literally taking that long. Wow, this firmware is disgustingly bad. Okay, so it is responding to the G29. Do you see how long this is taking? This is terrible. Okay, well, I think I can actually go use the restroom and come back and it'll probably be still probing. So, keep an eye on it. I'm gonna go get some more water. Hopefully it'll be done. Okay. Why the hell is the firmware set to probe so slow? Why? We're not even done. We're not even done with the first row of probe points. Oh my lord. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the G29 out. This is garbage. I cannot recommend this printer. Just this is a terrible out of the box experience. I'm gonna look at their starting code and I'm going to edit the starting code in my file to match theirs because I'm not waiting a half hour for this to finish. This is nuts. Like, this is really bad. This should respond to a G29. All right, so move to other view. So here's all my S3D stuff, starting code. All right, so here's the actual. So here's my starting code right here, and it ends right here. They just have a G28. Okay, so here's their starting code right here. So here's their starting code. Or actually, sorry, that's their starting code. So from here to here, we're going to copy this, and we're going to replace mine with theirs, and hopefully that will work. Let's try this again. Anthony, the GD chip works with our firmware just fine. I tested it. Surprisingly, they actually selected a knockoff chip that actually works. All right, so let's go ahead and try this again. Now it's got their starting code in it. But, like, that's terrible. I'm definitely going to have to do firmware for this because this is terrible. Like, I was kind of hopeful. I was like, oh, they got live Z adjust. And that's, like, literally... That's literally where the good ends. No, they probably aren't even using the ABL probe. Like, these Chinese companies are so terrible with the software side of things, it's not even funny. And it's like, they've been around for how long now, and they still can't get competent people to, like, piece together working software at this point. No, there's nothing in there to enable auto bed leveling unless they're doing it all on the software side where they're storing it to EEPROM. But, like, it's rough. Firmware 105C fixes it. How about you guys just ship firmware that works? A customer should not have to update the firmware out of the box on a finished product like this. Especially one that's priced this much. I don't even know if I can return this thing to Amazon because this is bad. Like, this is bad. February 14th. Let me see. I'm going to get product support. This will be interesting. All right, let's see. Now I got the Z adjust going in case I need to make it higher. I'm going to run a little higher. Oh, now it's too far away. Oh my god. I wonder what the M48 on this will give me. My extruder is not moving. Is this jammed? No. No, it's not jammed. This is not even, it's not clogged here. So if it was clogged, I wouldn't be able to push it through. I'm able to push it through. Okay? Look at the motor. This thing's a piece of shit. The S1, I can't recommend this. This is a terrible experience. It's not even feeding. Do you see that? This is a shit printer. I can't recommend it. For the price, this is absolutely terrible. Holy shit. This is really bad. I'm not even joking. Like yeah, it's not clogged. I thought it was clogged, but like it's not moving correctly. Okay, let's see if Creality has a firmware update for this. Like, this is rough. This is really rough. Let me double check to make sure like there's nothing in the G code, but this is literally standard G code, and even with their starting code in my file, it's not working correctly. Let's see. Support, download, let's see. What do we have here? Oh, meant to hit main monitor. Okay, Ender series firmware, Ender 3S1. Summer 30th. I should see what's on here already. All right. It should tell me on the LCD what it has. So according to the Creality's website, V1.05 is the latest. 1.05C. Go lay down. We're just outside. Go. We are on 1.03C. So let's download the software. Assuming they're just going to give me a bin file. Yeah, they are. So these are for the LCD, so I'm assuming I'm going to have to update the LCD as well. I'm going to go ahead and move all their stuff to another folder on my PC. I usually archive these, so under, oh dear God, 3S1 SD. All right, because we want to make sure there's only one thing on here in terms of the file. I'm also going to move the benchy off too. I'm moving them right now. Primo, stop messing with stuff. All right, well, let's go ahead and put this on here. I'm assuming this is I'm assuming it's going to update like a normal printer. So let's go ahead and turn the power off. Put the SD in. Amazon is giving me a return on it. So that's good. Now I'm assuming it is flashing because you can see the screen is hanging there for a sec. We're showing 105C. The LCD seems to be working. So let's go ahead and do the leveling. Maybe they fixed the leveling. Oh, wait. No! I forgot to clean the bed. I thought our easy mats were very aggressive with their holding. Whatever this is really, really aggressive. All right. Now the thing is, I'm pretty sure this LCD. I'm going to update the LCD firmware too. But here's the thing: this should not be something someone has to do out of the box with a printer of this price range. Where's my 2.5? I see, like I said, I see files for the LCD in here, so that's why I'm updating the LCD. Remo, go lay down. And this does take a micro SD. Yeah, this is the new style screen, so. All right, I have micro SDs, so let's go ahead and it has to be formatted. I'm assuming like the last one, so the Ender 3v2 LCD, you have to format the card as a FAT32 file system with a 4096 allocation bytes for it to read. I'm going to assume that this is the same. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure my SD card's formatted as FAT32 4096. This one is. I think I used this one on a. I think I used this one on LCD already because it is already formatted and that. So I'm going to put all those files onto the SD card. They're copied. We're going to put that in. We're just going to let that hang out there for a sec. And okay, yeah. It says it's updating it. So okay, it says update finished. I'm going to power cycle it. And take the card out. I'm just going to leave the screws out because I'm going to have to mess with this. I'm going to copy that benchy back over that I sliced, and hopefully everything works. So we want to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and reset the EEPROM door. We're going to have it level. This is probably one of the worst Creality printers I've ever unboxed to this date. That was very aggressive with how fast it moved. Did you guys see that? Did they speed up the probing at least? I'd hope so. It seems like they sped up how quickly it moves between points. It's still slow. I already took out the other SD card. It's right here. I don't know. I'm really torn between keeping this after I test the code on it, to be completely honest. I thought they sent me a return label. Did they? Yes, they did. I'm just like literally we paid $430 for this thing. I do not think this is worth the money at all, not even a little bit. Like this is really really rough. It's not me just being nitpicky. Like this is really bad. And plus, if it is defective and the E doesn't work after the latest firmware here, like I I don't know what else to do. Because usually, even if we buy printers to do the firmware updates and stuff, and then we get like our stuff running on there, like the Easy ABL and all that other stuff, and we'll usually keep them. But the price point of this, if I was spending $430 on a printer, I would not be keeping this one. I don't know. Maybe after I work my firmware magic on it, it'll be better. But this left a bad taste in my mouth. Okay, so now we have to set the offset. Yeah, leveling knobs on a printer that has a bed leveling. All right, so if I go control motion, no, wait, where is it? Repair? Yeah, Z offset. It's at 0 right now, so we're at like negative 2.1 before. Which is right about where we're at right now. There's no filament on the knob. All right. Tenth times the charm? Yeah, this firmware's terrible. This is like the worst firmware I've used in a long time. It's an optical BL Touch. Yeah, BL Touch uses like a Hall effect sensor. I still don't like moving parts on my probes. This is going to be a quick stream, everybody was saying. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Yeah, that's yeah, think about that. Micro Center, I mean, I've picked up Ender 3 Pros for like $100, 150. You could buy 3 Ender 3 Pros at $150 a printer for the cost of this one machine. I'm sorry, I can't recommend this. Like, this is just on the price point and what this comes with. I cannot recommend this at all. Like, I will never recommend this machine unless it's like $250. And even then, the fact that their software doesn't even do basic stuff that firmware should do. Like, seriously, I'm probably going to just try to crank out the firmware for this and then return this to Amazon and get my $450 something back, because this is not worth keeping. This printer is not worth keeping at all, not even a little bit. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, I'll flash it back to stock before I send it back to them, but like, this is not worth me keeping for how crappy this is. So to answer the guy's question earlier, my preferred printer for people to buy a new printer, Ender 3 Pro. Oh god, would help if I had the filament in. The extruder is actually moving this time. It's not working. It's still... It's not clogged. Oh my god. This is such a terrible machine. Jesus. This is going back to Amazon. I'm going to try to do some firmware work on here. But like, let's take a look on the inside. But this is a piece of shit. I'm just going to say it. It's a piece of shit. Like, if you cannot give it standard G code, like, let's say the issue is that it's not interpreting the G code from Simplify 3D, like, which is a standard slicer, like, this is absolutely terrible. Well, let's see what they did on the inside. This is a shit printer. Don't buy this printer. I'm definitely returning this. I would rather have my $450, even though my business expense it, because I bought it for development work. I would rather have my money back than this printer. Even if I get the software running, I'm not keeping it. It's buzzword bingo. The Ender 3 S1 is a piece of shit. I said it. It's a piece of shit. This printer is an absolute piece of shit. It doesn't do basic stuff. Why is the firmware... Like, let's say the reason the extruder's not moving is because something with the... something with the way it's interpreting the G code from Simplified 3D. It works fine on all the other Creality models I've printed with. Like, I will make sure people know if they ask me about the S1, it's a piece of shit. All right. And honestly, even if Creality sent this to me for free, I'd still call it a piece of shit because I'm honest. All right. You apparently have to take the drawer out. Oh, look. Like I said, yet another board version. I'm assuming this is where the ZN stop goes. Creality thinks they can be sly. This is not. So instead of Changlang, we have them white labeling crappy power supplies. This thing is a piece of shit. I'm sorry, $430 for this thing, and you don't even get a Meanwhile power supply. This is a piece of shit. God damn it, there's ferals. Well, when Krista gets back here, I'll have her bring the whiskey up. So at least there's that. Here, hang on. There we go. I'm still going to take a shot of whiskey. Okay. There's a little dribble left. What kind of F103 is this? Do you guys see this? I have never seen... Is this a knockoff? I have never seen an F103 with these style markings. Ever. Is this like new packaging that they're doing? Just so you guys... Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, it's a clone. Because... I don't know, like maybe these are newer packages from ST, but I've never seen an F103 with these large indents here on the die. It could just be a new revision. I have no idea, but I'm just pointing that out. So I'm assuming this is the Z-stop header. It's labeled J713. We got the MP1584EN, which is what they use. We got a HY1403. That's actually a good MOSFET. I'm assuming they're probably using that for the bed. We got a fuse. So, I mean, the machine itself looks halfway... The board itself looks halfway decent. But, like... I'm disappointed. So, $430. This right here... This printer's $430. You can get Ender 3 Pro for like $100 to $200, and it comes with a Meanwhile. This should have a fucking Meanwhile in it. The Ender 6 should have a fucking Meanwhile in it. There's gonna be swearing because I'm pissed. Now, I'm literally gonna box this up. I'm gonna try to get the firmware done for it, but I'm not keeping this printer for how much this costs and how shitty this thing is. Like, I'm sorry. Someone can disagree with me, but hey, I'm not a YouTuber that lives off of affiliate money, so I have to, you know, not be as nice to these companies because then I don't feed my family. But I don't shill for companies. If a product's shit, I call it shit. It's shit. This is a shit printer. It's a pig with a lot of lipstick. So on the outside, it's a nice looking printer. It's a nice looking printer. Like, looks really nice. But once you start looking at it closely, it's honest. This thing's a piece of shit. I'm not even joking. So I'm gonna work on it. and see if I can get firmware that actually works on it for you guys. I feel sorry for people who bought this because this thing's a pile. This is worse than the CR6, and the CR6 is literally collecting dust in my garage. I didn't return the CR6. I should have. The CR6 was not that great of a machine, but at least it printed and it worked. This can't even take standard G code. Now, I'm hoping that what happens is I get firmware that compiles and it works and the extruder works. I don't understand how you screw up something as simple as making firmware that works with standard G code from any slicer. Like, yeah. I'm really disappointed. I was actually kind of excited to set this up because I was going to put this downstairs in my office, and now I'm honestly really just disappointed. Like, this thing sucks. Sorry, not sorry. Anyways, I appreciate everybody stopped by. The bottom line is this thing, just on the price and features alone, regardless of the issues this thing has, just on the price point alone and what you get, it's not worth it. Like, you'd be better off buying an Ender 3 Pro and adding on our Easy ABL and adding on either a 427 board, or if you want to pony up the extra cash for the Easy board. You're getting a lot more bang for the buck and less bullshit to deal with, like bullshit being the ribbon cable going to the hot end, the proprietary board size. Like, this is not a good printer. There's a lot better options out there. The Ender 3 Pro, the Ender 3 V2, from Corelli themselves, that gives you a lot more bang for the buck. This is a pig with a ton of lipstick slathered on it, and that's really all there is to it. It's a terrible printer. Just on, like I said, price point alone, it's not a good machine. So hopefully it was entertaining for you guys. I'm gonna get to work on the firmware, and hopefully I can fix, do the job that they're supposed to do, which is give you a working product. Yeah, don't buy the S1. It's not a good printer. It's not a good printer for the money. And honestly, even if this thing, if this thing was like $200, I'd probably keep it, only because I wouldn't feel like boxing it back up and sending it back. But at $450 with tax, this is a piece of shit. Like, I should have firmware that does basic functions correctly, and I don't even have that. So, come on, Creality. You guys were doing well, and I don't know what the hell you're doing now. This is a really shitty printer. So, at least I got Amazon to back me up, because honestly, if they didn't take the return, I would just be like, I'm going to open a chargeback. I'm not wasting any more time with this. So hopefully I can put some firmware out that works on this, because I'm sure there's people that bought it that can't return it. Story of my life. I'm just fixing all the Chinese printer issues. So anyways, I appreciate you guys that stopped by. We do these live streams whenever, but we also have our Ask Tims, which you can ask me questions about the printers. Monday, or not Monday, we used to do them on Mondays. Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Central Time. So I will talk to you guys later. Make sure you guys join the Discord server. Krista turned night mode on remotely. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. And as always, happy printing. Don't buy an Ender 3 S1. It's not worth it.